Hey man, Hebron been Bilal coming back at you, man, with another edition of this Boomer's Logic. So I know I've been gone for a while, man, but my back has been bothering me. I had to lay up about a week and a half. Now I'm up moving around, doing my thing, back at you. Now this is the last topic I know many of y'all wanted me to come back with, but this morning, man, I was reading a Facebook page post from this group of black women, and they were talking about weak, how black men are weak, and pretty much these were the comments, that black men are weak. And well, not so much as black men primarily, it was just that we didn't want, as black men, we don't want black women strong. They're strong and this we can hold our own, and they want us to depend on them, and blah blah blah. And I'm reading, or it's being read to me. My wife is reading it to me, and I'm sitting and I'm listening. So the post is from my sister, Tasha Neal, and we're gonna get to her in just a second. So I'm sitting there, I'm listening, and I'm taking it all in. So a lot of the comments was about how, you know, just because they speak their mind, and you know, that we weak because they strong and we can't handle them, and you know, they want us to be dependent on it. It was just a lot of this modern rhetoric. You know, all they hear is people speaking ill about black women, as if black men haven't suffered this for millennia. But anyway, even though that's a false narrative, that just everybody just runs around and just down. And anyway, man, let me get to the point. So after she read me, because I've been carrying this around all day, man. So I said, I got to get it off my back. I said, I'm going to give it to them. I'll let them do something with it. So after she read that to me about how they're so strong, we can't handle them because, you know, they do, you know, we can't handle them because of their strength, and the cause of this and the cause of that, and all these ranting, irrational, illogical arguments about why a black man can't handle black women. The first thing I told my wife, I said, listen, check this out. I said 95% of black women should bite their tongues out. I mean, your entire tongue, and hand it to a man, and we'll give them back to you when you know how to use your mouth. Let me repeat that. 95 of you black women should bite your tongues out, hand them to a black man, and we'll hand them back to you when you know how to use your mouth. So my wife just was like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. But it's honest, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you believe that for some reason in your mind, in your collective beehive mind, because it's just one logic that y'all just pass around, that somehow the disparaging way that y'all talk to people makes you strong. And that if a person doesn't tolerate your disrespect constantly, that they're weak. That only a beta could stand, or only an alpha could stand up underneath me because I'm strong. Listen, just because you run a dude down, talk crazy to a dude, won't keep your mouth shut, always got your mouth open. You're not even eating and you got your mouth open, running your mouth about something. That doesn't make you strong. That makes you a parasite. It makes you unattractive, especially to black men. I don't know how white dudes see you, but when you're just chirping and you won't shut up and you're just constantly running your mouth, black men look at you like, here. You probably don't even shut your mouth up during the intercourse. You're probably running your mouth and talking, and I mean, you just won't shut up. And somehow you believe that that's strength. That's not strength. What you need to do is find an older lady, not one of these ones that's trying to run around here and act like these modern ones, not the ones like my sister, and I'm gonna get to her in a second. Find one of these old school ones, the ones who know how to cook in a crock pot. Yeah, one of them. And I bet she gonna tell you, boy, you all the way out of pocket. She gonna let you know. Because y'all believe, and I'm gonna say it again, because y'all believe that just because you'll run your mouth constantly, that's equated to strength somehow. Nah. That's being argumentative, disrespectful, unruly. Who wants that? What man wants that in their life? And listen, let me explain something to you. When me and my wife met, she was just like that. Man, she was horrible. And I told her, the only reason that me and your relationship worked was because I was in prison for 6 years. Because she was with me for 6 years of my bid. Because a lot of that stuff I had to get out of her. Because if I was out, I would have never stayed with her because of her mouth. See, she was raised up in a matriarchy, my wife. So she seen things a certain way. She had to take care of herself. She couldn't rely on a man. I don't need a man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you sitting here, let me not get on that, but this is how she used to think. This was her logic. So when my wife used to come at me with this whole victimhood thing that you black women use, like a badge of honor, that you're victimized and everybody just talks so disparaging. This is y'all new stuff. Because this is something new that y'all talking about now. How y'all just victims, right? And everybody has such bad stuff to say about black women. First off, if you start acting like you had half a brain instead of sharing one collectively, then people will stop talking about you. Stop twerking on police cars. Stop doing stuff that's unbecoming. Act like you got half a brain. Listen, I guarantee if you act like you had one half of a personal brain, your own brain, that you could look at your other counterparts and say, no, we ain't supposed to be acting like that. Because y'all think it's a collective. One of y'all chirp something out or tweet something out, and all of y'all just shove it in your mouth and run around repeating and regurgitating it like it's slick. Listen, I always say y'all lost y'all way. But I told my wife when I got home, and she used to be just like that. And I used to tell her, look, you got a choice. Because you're not going to be here with me acting like that. Because there's a man you're wearing on me. Every time I turn around, you're complaining about something. Every time I turn around, enough is not good enough. Every time I turn around, you're just telling your whole life on social media. So I used to tell her, change that or get the hell away from me. It's your choice. Now, of course, a lot of y'all gonna say, well, it's because she was relying on you. No, she had her own job. She had her own stuff. But the thing is, if you want to be in a relationship with me, I'm going to be the head. And as the head, I'm not going to sit and listen to you chirp all day. So you got to figure it out. It's not two heads in a relationship. It's only one. So this individuality that you black women want to have, if you don't lose that, you're never going to be in a relationship. And if you are, it's not going to last for long. Even a sucker ain't going to stay with a woman that's just going to browbeat him all day. So I used to tell my wife that. And eventually my wife started changing. How should I be? And I get her up under the sisters. She started listening to the sisters. Sisters used to be explaining to her, hey, look, you can't be doing this. And she changed. My wife is a completely, totally different person from when I got home 4 years ago. Now, understand, if I'm out of pocket, she will check me. She'll do the whole neck roll and she will check me. But for the most part, 95% of the time, I got the reins. I don't have to worry about all that chirping anymore because like I've told her, all that chirping wears on me. I don't want to be around that. No man wants to be around that. And then y'all turn around and tell a man he's weak because he don't want to hear that. So what if your man sat in the house and just chirped like that all day, just complaining about everything all day? Would you want to hear that? But he's weak if he doesn't. Well, what does that make you? Because I know you don't want to be around a complaining half a broad man. You don't want to be around that. He's gossiping, sitting around gossiping like some whore. You don't want that. You want a man. You want a man who don't, hey, listen, I don't want to hear that. I'm over here doing my thing. But anyway, because I'm not going to make this long. Let me get to my sister. So I had a conversation with my sister about 2 weeks ago. And this whole Facebook thing was her and her little group of friends. My sister's almost 50. She tries to act like she's a millennial. That's my baby. I love her. But like so many older women, they try to live in this mindset because they want to be like, have this freedom like these young women. So me and my sister was having a conversation. I listened to her and we went back and forth. We went back and forth for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And after that conversation, I looked at my wife and I said, hey, even though my wife wasn't even present, I looked at my wife and I said, hey, listen. I said, I'm surprised they have not found her husband hanging in the closet yet. They've been together 10 years, something like that. And my sister hasn't changed a lick. I said, I'm surprised they ain't found him hanging in the closet yet. Because my dude is an alpha, and I'm not even going to take that away from him. But here's the thing. Here's the problem with you women. You want your man to be with you. You want him to act and conduct himself as a man, but you want to dictate the terms of manhood. It don't work that way. And like I used to tell my sister, and I continue to tell my sister, and I will tell you women to the end of time, you can't determine what manhood is. Men determine that. My sister used to tell me, oh, men don't act like, well, okay, where your nuts at? Show me your nutsack, and then you can determine how I should and shouldn't act, how I should and shouldn't talk to people. Show me your testicles, and then I'll sit down and say, okay, I'll listen to you. You know who taught me how to act like this, reason like this? Men. No women. No women taught me to get up, go out, get it, make it happen. Women ain't teach me that. So what you women need to do, especially, let me say, you modern black women, what y'all need to do, and for you millennials, I mean, you boomer women who want to try to follow this line of reasoning and logic, come on, man, don't do that. Y'all really look disgusting. Y'all look worse than them. Because first off, physically, you're over the hill. You're way over the hill. You're way over the hill. So first off, you way over the hill. Then you open your mouth and you talking like that, you get no airplay. Now, a millennial, she might be able to get away with it a little bit with certain dudes. Certain dudes might let her, you know what I mean? Because of her physical attraction. But after a while, it runs its course. So this is my message to you. Don't believe that your outward beauty is ever going to allow men to stand and accept. This is why you have these women who are way more attracted to you going through man after man after man after man. Because y'all a bunch of chirpers. That's why, because no man will stay with you. What about Denzel and his wife? How long they been together? That's because I can guarantee she ain't a chirper. She don't sit and run her mouth all day about how Denzel, what he should and shouldn't be doing. She follows his lead. She lets him be a man. Listen, while y'all sitting telling men that they should, if they don't accept how y'all talk to them, and if they don't accept that, he's a weak man. Man, listen, I don't care what you think about me, period. You're not talking to me like that, period. And I'm gonna sign off with this. My sister said something to me that led me to the conclusion that I believe her husband has probably attempted to go in that closet a few times. Because I told my sister at one point in the conversation, I told her, I said, hey, man, if you just shut your mouth and listen for 1 second, you should have heard her fly in a rage when I told her to shut her mouth. Oh, who you telling this? You should, don't tell me that, no man tells me to shut my mouth. And that's your problem right there. I can figure out all you problems, all you black women's problems, you modern black women. This one video, pass it to your friends. You want to figure out your problem? bite your tongue off, hand it to a man. So as soon as you learn how to use your mouth, stick your hand out, he'll give you your tongue back. And all your problems will, all of them, all your relationship problems will melt away like butter. I guarantee you. But I'm done, man. I'm done with this rant. And this was truly just a rant. But I'm back, man. I got some good information coming up for y'all. Something on these cargo ships out there in the bay. Some stuff with these freight liners. Some stuff with Lowe's. Man, I got a lot of information for y'all that I just consumed and, you know what I'm saying, while I was down and out. But I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all who checked on me, man. And I appreciate y'all, man, who waited for me. Love y'all, man. And like I always say, man, Hebron Ben Bilal come back at you with another edition of this Boomer's Logic, man. Giving those boomers, those wise old boomers, the ones who are not following this millennial bull, blankety blank, just gave y'all more wisdom. More wisdom. Millennials, I need to teach y'all a thing or two. Love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.